Well, this is a really San Francisco day, isn't it?
It is.
And so the Grace Cathedral has played their chimes. The cable cars played, I think it was I Left My Heart in San Francisco. Little cable cars halfway to the stars. And a typical San Francisco day. The fog may chill the air, but we don't care. Because San Franciscans and all the people that come here as our tourists, they love San Francisco and they love to celebrate. And today we celebrate Tony Bennett Day. Now, Willie, it's been said that in this stage setting that there is a statue of Tony Bennett. Now, you've been away, said you went to the Hall of Fame, but you and the artists haven't been around, so is that statue in there you? Or is it?
I hope it isn't Trump.
So what we can be sure of is that the real Tony Bennett is here, and beautiful, beautiful, wonderful local girl from the area here, Susan, wonderful, wonderful lady. A lot of Tony's, he has two sons that are here, Danny and Day. He has some grandchildren here, and he's got a whole host of people, but you know, they're Italian. So that means it's a lot, right? And Nancy Pelosi and Paul like that. Now, if we open this later on and find that, that it's not Tony Bennett, there are some, I see some people over here that are donors, and they're going to want their money back and then some. So, and Tony has never said no to us for anything, and I think someone later is going to be talking about how he's never said no. But it did occur to us when we thought of celebrating Tony that we should ask him if we could do a statue. So he's never turned us down, so he did say yes. Now, he does have a sculptor that is in New York, but we like local. So Bruce Wolf, who is the artist, he has sculpted my secretary, George Schultz. He's doing Clint Eastwood right now and Mayor Gavin Newsom. He's done Lady Thatcher, Arnold Palmer, and I think he turns you down. So anyway, where is Bruce? How about Bruce and Linda and grandchildren? And he played basketball. So, Willie, San Francisco, they always say that we're a city that knows how. And you and I talked about this when we did celebrate Tony's 50th anniversary of singing that song here at the Fairmont Hotel in the Venetian Room. So we celebrated that, and thousands of people came out, and we said, you know what, we need to do something to celebrate Tony. So a city that knows how'd we do this?
Well, Charlotte, practically everybody that you see in front of you, on the side, and all the other places, provided the help and the resources that allowed us to do what I hope is behind that curtain in the fashion in which it should and can be done only in San Francisco. And I must tell you that the city thanks each and every one of you for your incredible generosity. Mr. Mayor, there's not a public dollar in that statue, or at least I don't think there is.
No.
I didn't do the bookkeeping. Charlotte did. And it was frankly fun because in the solicitation process, it was done in such an easy manner for Charlotte and many of the other people who participated. There was not one turn down, not one turn down. And it started when Dianne forced Dick Blum to come through.
And he did.
And he did. came through handsomely. And there are just so many other Dick Blums. I must tell you that this was driven by the female group that did most of the soliciting for this statute. And we in the city are indeed grateful. I don't know any other place in the country where this kind of a city effort could be made on behalf of someone who's branded the city all over the world. All you need to hear is just his voice, the loveliness of Paris. And in any language, everybody understands that you instantly are saying Tony Bennett in San Francisco, a complete brand. And Tony, we are indeed grateful.
And the people that I called, one of the first people was, of course, the mayor to get permission. And he said yes. But I didn't get a donation from him. But there's still an opportunity. So, so the mayor is here. Anita, his wonderful wife, is here. So I thank you, Mayor, for bringing out the sun, even though we love the fog. So, Mr. Mayor, please join us, Mayor Edwin Lee.
We can go this way,
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Okay. These work.
That works.
Good. Great. Well, Charlotte and Mayor Brown, thank you very much. Isn't this a great day for the great city of San Francisco? Yeah. Oh, wow. You know, when I became mayor, my first meeting with our chief of protocol, Charlotte, was to tell her about all of the work that we're about to do. A lot of good, hard work for residents of this city. Things that I'd already been assigned to get done by Senator Feinstein, by Willie Brown, by Gavin Newsom. But one of the things that we talked about at the first meeting was the fact that as we meet these challenges that we are so familiar about, we've got to have some fun in the city. We've got to be able to do it with the zest that I think the city is known for. And while I want to solve many of the challenges that we have, and we are making great progress, we also need to celebrate what is right and what is great about San Francisco. What an honor it is to be here with a 19-time Grammy Award winner who sold over 50 million recordings internationally. And he's an artist extraordinaire. He is today 90 years young. And what I keep saying over and over again to everyone, he is the ambassador for San Francisco. Yeah. His song has been that very representation of our city and what it's all about. And today, I can't think of any better way to celebrate Tony Bennett as we unveil, hopefully, this wonderful statue that Mr. Wolf has designed. And you know, this was 50 years ago that the song was first sang right here at the Fairmont. And it's history that we're all celebrating today, along with the great Tony Bennett, who continues, as Charlotte said, keeps on giving to our city. Little trivia for those of you. Do you know that in that first audience, Mayor George Christopher was there? And in that audience, the future mayor, Mayor Joe Alioto, was in that audience when he first sang that song back in 1966. And Joe Alioto was so charmed by that song that when he became mayor, he had the song adopted as one of the 2 official anthems for San Francisco. Tony Bennett, you've helped us share the magic of San Francisco around the world. Song reminds us of how and why we love our great city, and it calls us home whenever we travel a bit too far. It also calls us when we've maybe traveled a bit too long from San Francisco. And when you come back to San Francisco, our hearts are lifted. You have helped us celebrate milestones in our history. You reopened us after earthquakes. You brought us back one of the greatest symbols of our city, our cable cars. And whenever we celebrate, and I've got to hear this song more often because that tells us the Giants have won. We celebrate you here today for your part of our city's history. And now we immortalize you in bronze so that you'll be here forever, welcoming every person to our great city. And of course, now I get to do something that I know Senator and former Mayor Brown have always done in their lifetimes, but now that I'm sitting mayor, I get to do it, to officially declare today, August 19, 2016, Tony Bennett Day in San Francisco. You know, in 2012, we had the great opportunity of honoring Tony with the key to the city, our highest honor, but this time around, working with all of you right here, I want to say a personal thank you for every one of you who supported this idea and donated to the Fairmont as well, each and every one of you. And in creating this bronze statue, we know that you couldn't really put it back in your suitcase and take it home, Tony. So we want to make sure that you'll be very happy to leave it here along with your heart to show everybody the love that you have shown this city. Tony Bennett, congratulations and happy great birthday from San Francisco. And I know yet another great mayor of this city, and certainly our senator, one that continues leaving her heart in this city, and certainly makes sure that I'm doing everything I can to make sure this city continues to be the great place it is. That is our own senator, Senator Dianne Feinstein. Please come up.
Thank you very much, Mayor Lee, our impresario, my pal Charlotte Schultz, the one and only Willie Brown, the leader of our Giants who's done so much to bring glory to San Francisco, our distinguished speaker, who's really very unusual in that this is a woman in a very difficult and divided time, has been able to really constructively put together those programs which have become law in our nation, and that's Nancy Pelosi. Obviously, I welcome the distinguished person about whom this sculpture is going to be dedicated. I want to take you back to 1873. A man by the name of Halliday was standing below a hill when he watched a streetcar driven by 4 horses fall backwards off the hill. 5 horses. They were all killed. And he decided to look for something to replace those horse-driven streetcars. And of course, this was the system. Well, it went on and on and on, and it began to deteriorate. And there was one refurbishing quite a while ago. And then in 1947, a civic group of boosters led by a woman by the name of Friedel Klusman, who some of us remember with great fondness, placed a referendum on the ballot to block then Mayor Roger Lapin's plans to eliminate the cable cars. The cable cars were saved by a vote of 75 to 25% by the voters. And we had a grip one in my day. Do you remember Carl Payne? Okay, Carl Payne used to sing any song on that bell, and for 10 or 12 years, he was the #1 winner of every cable car contest. But back to the different world. In 1978, Proposition 13 passed, and the city lost 1/2 of its revenues. Thanks to the then Speaker of the legislature, who's sitting in the front row today, he was able to bring back some of those lost revenues in something called Assembly Bill 6, was it, Willie? 6. And San Francisco recovered somewhat, but not entirely. In the early 80s, we were able to secure from the Bush administration, this was a day of bipartisanship, a $49 million grant to rehabilitate the cable cars. Well, what was missing from it was a $10 million city match, and we didn't have the money. And so I, one day, put out a call and said, we're going to raise $10 million from the private sector. Candidly, I didn't know where it was going to come from. It was early 80s. There was a lot of residing trauma in the city. And into my office walked Ken Durr, then the chairman of Chevron. And he said, Madam Mayor, I would like Chevron to be the first contributor, and we contribute $1 million. So I did the only logical thing when I had him in the room to say, Ken, would you now chair a committee to raise the additional $9 million? And he did it. And we had 20,000 contributions that were small. And we had another 4 big ones of $1 million each from various corporations and companies. Japanese companies essentially gave $2 million to this effort. So it was one of the real instances of corporate participation in the city's well-being. So we were able to get the cable car grant, and these cable cars were restored. 39 of them were restored. And the big problem was the cable. Most people don't know it, but this cable has hemp inside of it. It has to be such that the grip can grab the cable and hang on to the cable. So there's a particular consistency. It's expensive. It came from France. But we got that, and we got it done. So today, we look out at that cable car, and it's not quite halfway to the stars, but it certainly is very, very special. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody that helped with this sculpture for our beloved Tony Bennett. Charlotte and I remember him down at Market Street when the cable cars went back into operation after the rehabilitation, and he's been there ever since. And he really has put the cable car on the international list of historic sites to see. So thank you, Tony, for being here. Thank you for helping us. And thank all my pals who have done so much to make this possible. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce the regional vice president and general manager of this hotel, the Fairmont Hotel, new to the city, Boston Irish from Boston, Paul Tormey. Paul, would you come up, please? Thank you very much. Right. Thank you.
Well, I didn't know the senator was going to say I was new to the city, but I'm new. Nice to meet you. My name is Paul Tormey. I am the regional vice president and general manager of this hotel, which makes me beyond words proud. To stand here and be the latest kind of innkeeper for this place is amazing. It's a career highlight for myself and my family, and thank you. It's wonderful to be here. So on behalf of all the people that are here today that have contributed to make this day an event, a special event, I appreciate it, and I most sincerely want to thank the team of the Fairmont San Francisco, along with Charlotte and her folks that have made this event happen. They have worked tirelessly to make sure you have a wonderful event today. So thank you to my team. We're also thrilled to welcome back Mr. Bennett, his wife Susan. Tony, you're our most regular guest, as we call you. I was telling someone today, when Mr. Bennett checks in, it's not the normal, make a hole for the star, get him, rush him to the elevator. He says hello to everybody, he knows people's names, and he's a pure gentleman. And we hope forever, sir, that you will think that this is your home away from home. You, sir, are also a vital chapter in the incredible history of this grand hotel behind me. And on behalf of, again, just not my team here at the Fairmont San Francisco, but all the Fairmonts around the world who know this event is happening today, thank you for your support. In 1945, the Fairmont served as the unification, if you will, the drafting of the United Nations Charter. These flags to my right here that you see above the porte cochere represent the nations that were here in attendance to sign that wonderful document. We've, since that time, welcomed countless dignitaries, kings, queens, rock stars, really great singers from New York. And all of those respected figures that have been here, Mr. Bennett, above all of them, has served as the #1 ambassador to this hotel and to this fine city of San Francisco. You've made it a can't-miss destination in the United States and the world, and we thank you for that because it helps our occupancy tremendously. We've also, everyone knows that Mr. Bennett sang his first public rendition of I Left My Heart in San Francisco here in the Venetian Room right behind me in December of 1961. And since that last 50 years ago, he's been personally responsible for making sure that people come to see this wonderful building. And now with the statue, we know that we're going to have even more customers coming to see it and get their pictures taken in front of it. We also have a Tony Bennett suite in this hotel. It's beautiful. It's adorned with much of Mr. Bennett's wonderful paintings. He's quite an artist. I don't know if anyone knows that or not, but he's tremendous. We have his paintings here in our hotel as well in the lobby just in front of the Venetian Room, and we thank him for making this beautiful building even more marvelous. That suite, as you can probably imagine, is occupied today, but it will be available in the future if you choose to look out for it. So, Mr. Bennett, on behalf of myself, my family, and all the colleagues, 550 some odd of us, happy birthday. Welcome to San Francisco, back to San Francisco. And with that, I would like to introduce Mr. Larry Baird, President and CEO of the world champion San Francisco Giants.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome to town, Paul. I happen to be a fourth-generation San Franciscan, so we sort of have bookends a little bit. In fact, I could think of no more appropriate place than the Fairmont Hotel. My parents were actually married here in 1954 in the Fairmont Hotel, and to me, it's really the iconic facility, iconic hotel in San Francisco. So thank you for providing all your support and your predecessors and your company, because this is going to be a very, very special location. Do we have any Giants fans here, by any chance? Well, I'm here to say that if you're a Giants fan, you are a Tony Bennett fan. And I think many of you know, but I'd like to take just a second to relay the deep connection between Tony Bennett and the San Francisco Giants. There was a time, and Speaker Pelosi and Senator Feinstein and Mayor Lee remember this time in 1992, where the Giants almost moved to Florida, almost moved. And a wonderful group of civic leaders got together. Mayor Brown was very much a part of this as well, of course. And a group of civic leaders got together and saved the team. 1993 rolls around, opening day in 1993. Who was there to sing on opening day when the Giants were saved? Tony Bennett at Candlestick Park. And I have to admit to something, though we had wonderful participants like Tim Lincecum and Matt Cain and Buster Posey, there was something in common that occurred in 2010, 2012, and 2014 during the postseason. Do you know what that was? Tony Bennett sang at the ballpark before a postseason game. And some good things happened in 2010, 2014, and 2012, of course. More importantly, what happens after every Giants win during the regular season for the last 25 years? Tony, that is correct. I left my heart in San Francisco. Tony, you're San Francisco royalty. We look forward to tonight at the ballpark, where we're just going to have a small group of 41,000 people singing happy birthday to you. We have a special surprise that is going to be a new feature of after every win that when you come to the game tonight, you'll be able to see and be presented in conjunction with Tony's birthday. We go by your beautiful heart at Union Square that you actually designed and sculpted that benefited San Francisco General and the Hearts campaign. We are inspired by all you do as a person and all you do for the city and all you do for the special communities around the country. Thank you for everything. As far as we're concerned, you're very much a part, number one, San Francisco Giant forever. Thank you. Now I'd like to call on our great friend and great leader, Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Thank you very much, Larry Baer, for your great leadership of the San Francisco Giants. Go Giants! Like, on my what an honor it is to be here, to speak on an occasion of such specialness for our city of San Francisco, because it spells out so clearly what a sense of community we all have. Senator Feinstein spoke about the cable cars, the mayor talked about, Mayor, Speaker, so many titles, Brown, about how we all are pulled together around issues. Our dear Mayor Lee spoke about, again, working together. San Francisco remains not only an effective place, but we want to keep San Francisco fun. The Giants certainly do a great job for us there, and it's a great honor to be here at the Fairmont, where so many unifying things have happened, and I know the Swig family is very proud of that as well. We welcome you, Mr. Tomey and Pam as well. So what a time it is. Charlotte Meyer Schultz is probably the best person in the world, I think. I just love her so much. Thank you, Charlotte, for working your magic and working your magic on Tony. Now, let me talk about Tony a little bit. First of all, when Tony was singing here in 1961, and just shortly thereafter, is when Paul Pelosi and I started dating on the East Coast, and my family in Baltimore, every time they heard Tony sing I Left My Heart in San Francisco, so seductive was the song and his voice, they kept saying, oh, I think she's going to move to San Francisco. So Paul Pelosi had that as part of his courtship, Tony, and that's why he was happy to donate to the statue here today. We're here to dedicate a statue to a great American entertainer, performer. But let me just tell you a little more about Tony Bennett, and I've always taken pride from a young girl and all the way to this advanced stage of life in the fact that he's Italian-American. We take pride in that. And in San Francisco, Tony, you know, we're a very Italian-American city. We're divided into those who are Italian-American and those who want to be Italian-American. We take great pride in this. But here's the thing. During World War II, did you know, during World War II, Tony Bennett fought in the Battle of the Bulge, and he was part of the effort to free the concentration camps following the war. Protecting America. Protecting America. A true American patriot. A true American patriot. That was then, and now he continues to protect America with his voices against violence following all of the tragedies that we have seen by gun violence. He has been a leader in protecting the American people. A true patriot. A true humanitarian. A true humanitarian. Did you know, Willie, did you know that he marched in Selma with Martin Luther King in 1965? In 1965. And has been declared by the Martin Luther King Library as one of their great awardees. Did you know that the UN has designated Tony Bennett a citizen of the world for his efforts for humanitarian? And his humanitarian efforts, of course, blossomed even further with Susan. And I think that his passion for I Left My Heart in San Francisco increased when he met and married Susan Benedetto, assuming the Italian name, and her parents are here and so proud. But what they do together, exploring the arts for children,
for children to gain confidence, to learn through the arts, establishing the Frank Sinatra School of the Arts in Astoria, Queens, which I have visited and seen his great work there. But not only that, all over the country, opening that door to creativity and the arts. And an artist himself, in addition to singing. Did you know that at least 3 of his paintings are on display at the Smithsonian Institution, and he's written 4 books? This is a man of greatness, of excellence, of creativity, And then, of course, he's a patriot, he's a humanitarian, he's one of the greatest singers. In fact, Frank Sinatra said he had the best voice. I don't know what you think of Frank Sinatra's judgment about voices, but it's good enough for me. He's been at the top of the charts in every decade since the 50s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you can count it. 7 decades he's been at the top of the charts. He's sung for 11 presidents so far. Pretty soon he'll sing for a woman president. You name it, Emmy, Grammy, Kennedy Center honor, he's received them all for being the great musical icon of the world. And so, Tony, you bring luster to San Francisco by accepting this honor. We feel very proprietary about you and about Susan, so we thank you for allowing us again and again to honor you. And it means a lot to us that you associate I Left My Heart in San Francisco with the San Francisco Giants. Go Giants. And for all that he has done, all that he has accomplished, he has assured us of one thing again and again. The best is yet to come.
Now please welcome San Francisco Boys Chorus and San Francisco Girls Chorus, conducted by Valerie St. Agathe.
And now, Mr. Bennett, the moment we've all been waiting for.
I can't get over what's just happened. That's the most beautiful statue. It'll live in my heart forever. Thank you for being so wonderful to me. I'll never forget this day. Thank you very, very much.
Tony. What do you think? Look at it. Huh? Now, Tony, we know you celebrated your birthday in New York, that other town. You know, they lit the Empire State Building red, white, and blue, and then the colors of the Italian flag. Well, we found out that blue was your favorite color, so we're lighting City Hall and Coit Tower blue. Nothing blue at the Giant Stadium. So we would like to have a wonderful party here for you for your birthday. So shall we sing happy birthday? Susan and Danny and Day and the niece and nephews, please join us for the birthday cake, which is a replica of your heart, well, not your heart, but your painted heart in Union Square. So shall we come over here? Susan, come on up. Watch him. Get him. Yeah, is that good? Okay. So, should we cut a piece of cake? Yes. Yeah. Can we all sing happy birthday again? Okay. So happy birthday, Tony. And, you know, with the mayor saying that this is Tony Bennett Day, and you also have the key to the city, so you can park anywhere you want to and have any drinks anywhere you want to, but don't call me, call him. Okay? So the day is only beginning because the Giants' wonderful party to this evening where we're going to win. And tomorrow evening in the Venetian Room, Tony has a wonderful generosity. Will do a show for us that benefits the Tony Bennett Fund for Pediatric Care at Zuckerberg Hospital. Yeah. And Tony and Susan's, as we referred to by Nancy, School for the Arts, Mr. Mayor, they are going to come here, right? Yes. They're in Los Angeles and in New York, and for some reason, there's some bureaucracy or something here. So could you get Anita on this? Okay. So happy birthday, and everybody eat cake. Thank you all for being here on this wonderful sunshiny day of Tony Bennett Day in San Francisco.
Thank you for joining us on this occasion. Humphrey Slocum has created Duet, a vanilla ice cream with limoncello sorbet and biscotti, inspired by Mr. Bennett's Duets album. Please enjoy and have a great day.